Good afternoon, everybody. Our top story today at noon, a plan to close multiple schools in Providence as part of a $500 million project is becoming more clear. This morning, representatives from RIDE touring one of those schools set to close right after this school year. ABC 6 News reporter Yanni Tregellis is live for us at Broad Street Elementary, where he saw those conditions inside today. Yanni?
Good afternoon, Doreen. Well, we took a tour of this Broad Street school, which is one of two schools that's going to be closing at the end of the year. The Lauro School as well, also set to close. And again, we went through this school today along with RIDE Commissioner and Kellen Fonte Green and really got to see some of the issues behind why they're going to be rebuilding and planning to invest $500 million into these Providence schools.
Really inadequate conditions for teachers, students. It's unfortunate that it's taken this long, but our goal is to correct, improve, and modernize.
Department of Education Commissioner Angelica Infante Green going through the hallways of the Feinstein at Broad Street School, reacting to the deteriorating conditions of the elementary school. Set to close its doors at the end of this school year.
It actually breaks my heart to walk through these schools. We have leaks in the roof. Right now, there are bags in the roof to actually try to seal some of those leaks. It's just not a conducive learning space.
It's one of two schools closing down after this year as part of a $500 million plan to rebuild Providence schools, as many of them near the century mark in age.
Every day I go home worried about if something's going to fall or if a student falls down because the building is not up to date.
Some teachers have voiced concerns over job security and uprooting the families and students from their current schools. The commissioner assuring them nobody will lose their job.
I'm not saying it's easy, I'm not minimizing it, but at the end of the day, we have to make sure that they will be in a better place.
Infante Green calling this the newer and fewer initiative as Providence schools deal with a decline in enrollment. At Broad Street, for example, over the past decade, enrollment has dipped by 40%. And at Lauro, the other closing school has lost nearly half its student population.
We're trying to plan so that while we have some of these changes this year, we are planning for some of those builds that are further out in a few years.
10 new or like new buildings opening in the coming years to try to build a foundation for the future of safe and warm buildings for students.
Every school that I went to, in particular in Laurel, we heard about the deplorable conditions. We even heard that one of the reasons that teachers were absent a lot is because the buildings were so old and were making them sick.
And I'm also told that the plan is for when these students are moved to these new schools after this year, that they will stick in those new schools throughout the rest of their time in elementary school or their middle schools, no matter if there are new schools that are continued to be opened in the future coming years. I'm also told that the plan is to try to set these students up as close as they can to their homes to not really extend their commute any more than is needed to be. We're live in Providence. Yanni Tregellis, ABC 6 News.